Every single choice you make, from the trivial to the monumental, is a brushstroke on the canvas of your identity. Think about it. That decision to hit the snooze button this morning, a tiny dab of paint. The career path you've chosen, a bold, sweeping stroke that defines a whole section of the picture. Each word you utter, each action you take, carves out the person you are becoming. There is no pre-written script, no divine blueprint dictating your character. You are the sole and sometimes reluctant architect of your own self. This rather dizzying idea wasn't plucked from thin air. It was forged in the crucible of 20th century turmoil by a most remarkable Frenchman. We are about to take a little stroll through the world of Jean-Paul Sartre, a titan of philosophy whose ideas are as potent today as they were in post-war Paris. We will explore his most famous concept, that existence precedes essence, which sounds terribly complicated, but is, I assure you, surprisingly straightforward. We will grapple with his dramatic declaration that we are all condemned to be free, a statement that sounds like a contradiction but captures a profound human truth. Finally, we'll see how these seemingly abstract notions from a bygone era have a startling relevance to our modern lives, especially in our hyper-connected, image-conscious world. Let us set the scene. Imagine Paris in the 1940s. The city is emerging from the dark shadow of Nazi occupation. In the smoky, crowded cafes of the left bank, intellectuals, artists and writers gather to debate, to create and to make sense of a world that has been turned upside down. At the center of this whirlwind of ideas is Jean-Paul Sartre, a man with distinctive thick-lensed glasses and a mind like a razor. A former prisoner of war and an active member of the French resistance, Sartre had seen humanity at its worst. His experiences profoundly shaped his philosophy, leading to monumental works like Being and Nothingness and the famous play No Exit, with its chilling line, "Hell is other people." Sartre wasn't just a philosopher scribbling in an ivory tower, he was a public figure, a novelist, a playwright, and a political activist. His philosophy, which came to be known as Existentialism, was not just an academic exercise. It was a lived philosophy, a passionate response to the horrors of war and the collapse of traditional values. He challenged people to look their own freedom square in the face, to accept the awesome responsibility that came with it, and to create meaning in a world that offered none ready-made. It was a philosophy for a world that needed to rebuild itself, not just with bricks and mortar, but with new ideas about what it means to be human. Now, for that rather grand phrase, existence precedes essence. It sounds like something one might mutter to appear clever at a dinner party, but the idea behind it is beautifully simple. For most things in the world, the opposite is true. Consider a paper knife. Before it ever exists, someone has an idea of it, a concept, a blueprint. They know its purpose, to cut paper, its design, and what it will be made of. Its essence, its fundamental purpose and nature comes before its actual existence. The paper knife is created to fulfill a predetermined function. It has no choice in the matter. It cannot decide one day to become a spoon. Sartre argued that for human beings, the order is reversed. We are born without a predefined purpose, nature, or essence. We simply are. We exist. We are thrown into the world, a blank slate, and only then, through our choices and actions, do we begin to define who we are. There is no human nature, said Sartre, because there is no God to have a concept of it. We arrive first, and then we spend our entire lives creating our own essence. You are not born a coward or a hero. You become one by choosing cowardly or heroic actions. Again and again, think of it like being given a block of uncarved marble. The marble exists, but it is not yet a statue. It has no form, no defined character. You are both the block of marble and the sculptor. With every decision you make, you chip away at the stone, shaping it. Will it become a graceful figure, a grotesque monster, or an unfinished mess? The tools are in your hands. The final form is entirely up to you. This is the core of Sartre's existentialism. You are nothing other than what you make of yourself. It is a radical departure from traditional philosophies that suggest we have a fixed soul or an innate character. This concept places an immense weight on our shoulders. If we are the sole creators of our own identity, then there is no one else to blame for who we become. We cannot point to our upbringing, our genes, or a divine plan and say that's just the way I am. According to Sartre, the way you are is a direct result of the continuous chain of choices you have made up to this very moment. It means that at any point, you have the power to start carving in a new direction. The past does not define you, only your present and future choices do. This is a liberating thought, but as we shall see, it is also a terrifying one. This leads us directly to Sartre's most famous and paradoxical statement: you are condemned to be free. It sounds like a strange complaint, doesn't it? Freedom is what we all strive for, what nations fight wars over. Why would it be a condemnation, a curse? Sartre's point is that we are radically, inescapably free. We did not choose to be born, but now that we are here, we are forced to make choices at every turn. Even choosing not to choose is, in itself, a choice. You cannot escape it. You are condemned to it, as if sentenced to a life of perpetual decision-making, with no instruction manual. Imagine a young woman named Clara who has just graduated from university. She has two job offers. One is a stable, well-paying corporate job in her hometown, close to her family and friends. It's the sensible path, the one everyone expects her to take. The other is a low-paying position with a small non-profit organization in a foreign country, doing work she feels passionately about but which offers no security. There is no right or wrong answer here. No cosmic sign will appear to tell her what to do. She is completely, terrifyingly free to choose. Whichever path she takes will fundamentally shape the person she becomes. The weight of this choice is crushing. She is not just choosing a job, she is choosing a life, an identity. By choosing one path, she is killing off the other possible versions of herself. The corporate Clara and the humanitarian Clara are both potential futures, and she must be the executioner of one of them. This is the anguish, the dizziness of freedom that Sartre described. It's the realization that your choices are not just about what happens to you, but about who you are. You are responsible not just for your actions, but for the very essence of your being. And that is a heavy, heavy burden to carry alone. This is why freedom is terrifying. It means you are solely responsible. When things go wrong, there is no one and nothing to blame but the choices you made. You cannot say, "It was my destiny," or "I had no choice." For Sartre, you always have a choice. This absolute responsibility for one's own life without any external guidance or excuses can lead to a profound sense of anxiety and despair. It's like being the captain of a ship in a vast, starless ocean, with no map and no destination, forced to steer the vessel forever, knowing you are entirely responsible for wherever it ends up. Faced with this terrifying freedom, it's no wonder we humans have become masters of evasion. Sartre had a term for this: bad faith. Bad faith is a form of self-deception. It's the act of pretending we are not free, of convincing ourselves that our choices are determined by external factors. We treat ourselves like that paper knife, as if we were a mere object with a fixed nature and no agency. We do this to escape the anguish and responsibility of our own freedom. We lie to ourselves to feel more comfortable, to offload the burden of being the sole author of our lives. Modern life is absolutely rife with examples of bad faith. Think of the person who hates their job but says, "I have to stay for the mortgage and my family." They are acting as if they are a thing, a breadwinner, whose role is rigidly defined, ignoring the fact that they are free to look for another job, downsize their home, or change their entire life. Or consider someone who behaves poorly and excuses it by saying, "That's just how I am," or "My parents raised me this way." This is a classic act of bad faith, denying their freedom to choose to be different in this very moment. They are pretending their essence is fixed, when in fact it is being created by their actions right now. Social media provides a fascinating, sprawling theater for bad faith. We carefully curate our online personas, presenting an idealized version of ourselves. We post photos of our perfect holidays, our happy families, and our successful careers. This isn't just about showing off. It's often a way of trying to convince ourselves that this curated image is our true essence. We become the happy person or the successful professional, hiding from the messy, complex, and often anxious reality of our freedom. We act as if our identity is as solid and defined as our Instagram grid, rather than the fluid, uncertain project it truly is. Authenticity, then, is the opposite of bad faith. It means courageously embracing our freedom and taking full responsibility for the person we are creating. It involves acknowledging the anxiety that comes with choice and refusing to hide behind a role or an excuse. Sartre's philosophy, born in a war-torn Paris, challenges us today more than ever. In an age of social pressure, endless digital distractions, and the quest for a perfect public image, his ideas force us to confront a fundamental question. We are condemned to be free, and we are responsible for every stroke of the brush on our self-portrait. So, what kind of person are you choosing to paint?